It's your favorite YouTube dealer. I appreciate you guys for stopping in. I don't believe that I've ever checked out Eminem's Rap Olympics. At least, I mean, I personally had seen some of it years ago, but I've never checked it out on YouTube with you guys. And there might be a lot of you guys that have never seen this kind of stuff, which to me, this is what I love about M is the fact that he was involved in stuff like this. Because I've always been a huge fan of battle rap. I was going to events when it was Grind Time, and then King of the Dot popped up, URL TV, like all these different, URL TV had been around as Smack DVDs, obviously, but they didn't come out as a Battle League in the same way until Grind Time. Grind Time really set the stage for a lot of things to happen, and then so many other little battle leagues came out from that. But it's always been one of my favorite things. Now, back then they had a beat playing, and your stuff was a little bit different. Like I can go back and remember watching videos from like Scribble Jams. For those of you guys that know what I'm talking about, where they would throw the beat on, you didn't know who your opponents were going to be, so you couldn't really write ahead of time. You can maybe have a couple of pre-thought out bars, but if you wanted to be direct and personal, you had to just come up with that shit on the spot. And people like Immaculate, Thesaurus, No Can Do, and like some of these unbelievable greats that have been around over the years. It was just such a good time, and it's something that probably was my favorite era of music as far as listening to battles and people just competing, and you know what I'm saying, Disaster and No Can Do in the basement freestyling against each other. And there's just so many dope memories from it. And I love the fact that one of the greatest rappers that has ever lived, and probably the most popular in Eminem, used to do battling as well. It was before the Scribble Jams. It was, at least I think it was. I'm pretty sure that it was, because the Scribble Jams that I know of were like early 2000s. This was obviously 97. So the Rap Olympics existed. I had never watched much of the footage until I knew that M was in it. And then I went back and had watched some of it. But I wanted to dive in and check some of this out with you guys. And it's been a long time since I've even seen it. So let's see what my man M was cooking with.
Ha 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 ha, I bust it. Ha 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 ha. 1, 2, ha 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 ha. Alright, look. I'm gonna tell you this for your own benefit. You shit was dope as hell, especially when you wrote 90% of it. What you need to do is practice on your freestyle. When you come out missing like Snoop Dogg's police files. The type of nitty talk that I'm spitting, be hit. You're gonna swear to God this shit was written, but it wasn't. I kill a dozen rappers when I'm buzzing. Guzzling, beat your ass like a jealous husband. Like the boys are about to suffer a team loss when you go in the coma longer than glad in the Constantino. Cut the damn machine off. Get a clean cloth to wipe this bloody video screen off. Victory.
His ability to rhyme was just so good in 97. Like there was not a lot of rappers that were rhyming and hitting the same multis and schemes and stuff that he was back then. Like M was ahead of his time in my own personal opinion. There was a few people that were doing it, but even then, I don't know that they were really doing it on the level that M was doing it. And I love that before you go missing like Snoop Dogg's police files. For everybody that doesn't know, Snoop Dogg had beaten a murder case, and I thought that shit was pretty dope. I'm pretty sure that that's what he had been talking about. I could be wrong. Maybe there's something else to that, but that was what I had taken it as. And I love this M. I love this M and the delivery that he had, that young hunger that he had.
Give me your motherfucking mic. Ladies ain't first this time. All right. I've never battled a female before.
I don't believe that he was signed with Dre yet either. Maybe they had conversations, because this was 97. And I remember I had heard, he may have been, to be honest with you. I'm actually not positive. If somebody knows more about that, please comment it down below. Because I remember hearing Eminem for the first time in what had to be, it had to be 97 or 98, right? When his first album had dropped. At least, obviously, the Infinite album came out before, but his first album with Dre that went mainstream and everything like that. Because I remember sitting in a class and this girl, Tammy, was listening to Eminem, and that was my first time hearing him. And I heard the whole, stick 9-inch nails through each one of your eye. And I was like, what in the world am I listening to? Like, it blew my mind. I just never heard anything like that. And that was my beginning of being like, yo, I got to check more of this guy out. And I had to go and get those albums in the store. And you know what I'm saying? It was a different time back then. You couldn't just go online and just download an MP3. So I had to go seek it out. But this was not too far off from that period of time.
All right, figure it out. Ha ha ha. All right. I'm moving in for the kill, and I got the trap set. I can tell you whack as fuck, and I ain't even hear you rap yet. Look at you thinking I'm about to whip his ass, cause I'ma do some ring shit. Plus I get to go last. Well, guess what? Even if I go first, it's no words. My chick still gonna demolish show verse. I'm about to slice you like a ginseng. And anything you say can and will be used against you. In the court of law, I'm short and raw. You can fucking sit and cut it off. Yo, you wanna be a dope Cause I ain't gonna sit you.
That was extremely dope. And I like that whole anything you say can and will be used against you, because it has multiple layers to that, as far as it being like, whatever you say can be used in a court of law type of thing. And obviously, when it comes to battle rap, for those of you guys that know, the rebuttal is probably one of the strongest things you could do in battle rap. And what that is, for anybody that doesn't know, is when someone says a lyric towards you, or some kind of bar, especially one that hits hard. And by the time the end of their verse comes, if you can think in your head of some way to take that bar and flip it around and use it on them, and you start your verse off with that, you're going to regain the crowd, and they're going to forget all about that hard-hitting bar and be like, oh shit, he just, what? And then you go into your verse and just murder people. Like that's another one of my things that I absolutely love about battle rap, and something that you saw a lot when it came to, like, I feel like Disaster was really good at it, Immaculate. Like, there's certain people that were amazing at doing it. Thesaurus, like...
Eminem. 30 seconds. Ha ha ha. Alright, bust it. Alright. You want to represent on the microphone, but you rap sleazily. Ain't about to battle this fake ass Eazy-E. There ain't no way I'm gonna do this bullshit. I don't give a fuck. I'm loaded up with a full clip. Time of the month, you couldn't get the tape of the day. Take him away. I ripped him like a paper mache. I heard you rap before, you ain't about shit. This whole battle was mismatched like your outfit. Try to battle me and get your mouth split. You sold out like Ticketmaster outlet. Ha, I bust and I crust. I don't give a fuck. Ain't no way that you can fuck with us. Yo, I'm giving back with pimp shit. I laminate that ass with a badge and wear it at the Rap Olympics. Brooklyn Indians. Yo.
See, now when he says something like that, it's funny that he actually just said that, because I was just gonna say, I don't even know if this 100% is Rap Olympics, because I would assume that he took part in different battles in different venues and stuff like that. I know in the Rap Olympics, he ended up getting to the finals and he came across MC Juice. And for anybody that doesn't know, that was the battle that he actually lost. MC Juice, in my opinion, until Harry Mack came around, was the best freestyler that I think had ever existed. I know Supernatural's up there for a lot of people, and I think Supernat is really dope, but I personally feel like MC Juice is just better. And maybe, okay, I guess it depends on how you look at it. I feel like MC Juice is a better freestyle battler, 100%. Whether you want to argue he's a better overall freestyler, I guess you can go back and forth, because Supernat is really, really dope, but I just think that the MC Juice's style and the way that he would set stuff up and then punchline using his freestyle ability it was really second to none, to be completely honest with you. And so that was the reason why he ended up taking Eminem out. And the only unfortunate part is that there's not like a clear video of that battle. There's not like a clear video with good audio where you can hear everything and see exactly what's going on. And that's probably one of the most unfortunate things when it comes to this, because that would be such a fun thing to watch and be able to, really kind of break down bar for bar if you can understand and hear every single thing. I don't even know if the entirety of the battle is recorded. I can't recall, but I did look it up and try to find it a bunch of times, and I did find a video, but if I remember correctly, it's just not the greatest quality. And that's not just the video. The video I don't even care about. If the audio was there, I'd be solid, but the audio itself is also kind of fishy, because it's such a long time ago. They didn't have all the same ability to record things, and it wasn't like this was a big, like, BET MTV type of production. It was more so an underground kind of thing, so there wasn't as much behind it money wise. But the fact that he said, I'll do this and wear you to the Rap Olympics, makes me feel like this itself it may not have been the Rap Olympics. Maybe this was something to get into the Rap Olympics type of thing, but I'm actually not sure, because I've never researched that much about it, to be honest with you. The venue is very different than the venue where he battled MC Juice. That was outside.
Alright. Blah, 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 blah. Stop babbling. You so fucking whack, I'ma walk away while you battling. Fuck that, I'm on a brand new solo mission to make sure that Wendy Day kicks your ass out of the rap coalition. I throw a switch and an execution with a overdose of devoted. Don't talk back, I'm the dope, bitch. So who you sound like on the mic? There was only one Tupac, your thought style, just one big sight. Take a big hike, bitch, you can't catch me. Your best rhyme still ain't shit like Apache. What the fuck you wanna do? I battle anybody in your crew, and I don't give a fuck. I slaughter boys, especially whack-ass MCs who will wear fake-ass corduroys. I don't give a damn. Mike, yo. What's it? I'm about to make this might short circuit. This beat is whack as fuck. This shit fits you perfect. I got so many ways to diss you that I'm playful with you. I let a razor slit you till they have to staple stitch you. And everybody in this fucking place will miss you if you try to turn my facial tissue to a racial issue. Nobody's hearing you. You're a whack liar. Damn, all your white jokes just backfired. Cause bitch, you walking up the wrong tree. Like go tell all your boys that you was beat by a honky. I don't give a fuck. I kill you. Bitch, you better recognize me like I look familiar. Anything you say, I'ma kill ya. Drill ya. When I fucking drill ya. Alright.
So this gives you a little bit of flavor from the 8 Mile movie. And I don't know exactly where this was or if this has anything to do with it, but just when he says bars like that, where he's like, you know, if you try to turn my facial tissue to a racial issue and then all your white jokes just turned against you type of thing. Like it's pretty much very similar to the style in 8 Mile of the whole, I'm going to talk about myself. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta love M, bro. M was that guy. M's one of those guys, man. There's nobody else that has battled and has done stuff like this that has made it to the level that he's on. Like he's in a whole different league, which is why when it comes to diss tracks and stuff, he shines above everybody else because his roots are in this. Whereas I don't feel like that's the same with a lot of rappers. Like rest in peace to DMX, shout out to Jay-Z. Like there's that one backstage with them going back and forth. But a lot of times when you saw rappers do stuff like that, it was really just verse for verse. It wasn't like we're gonna diss you. Like I'm gonna diss you, you're gonna diss me. It was more so we're gonna just rap some of our favorite bars, our best bars, and we're gonna see who does what. And that was kind of the same way that it was, you know, back in the day when people were like, oh, I used to battle on the corner. It wasn't really a battle. It was more so my rapping against your rapping. And there's nothing wrong with that. But once it started to turn into, I'm going to diss this person, that's why there's people like Loaded Lux. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys are on a whole different level than any of the artists today because of the fact that their whole persona, their whole come up in rap has been around writing actual personal disses towards people as opposed to just being like, this is my rap verse, it's better than yours. Like that was a thing that had, no, don't get me wrong, like that kind, so it's the evolution of it is really weird. So it used to just be, here's my verse versus your verse, right? And then they started to write verses that kind of were battle in nature, in the sense that it was kind of going at somebody, but it was more indirect. It was more of like a generic, this is, I'm just acting like I'm talking like I'm better than this person, but I don't have a set opponent in mind. I'm just going to write a verse that kind of goes at somebody, right? So it's not going to be super personal and super like tailored to a specific person. But now when I meet somebody out on the street and we go and battle each other, it's almost like we are dissing each other. And you know, we kind of are, because I wrote it in a way where it's attacking another rapper, but it's not going to be this specific rapper. Like I'm not going to talk about his clothes or what he's wearing right now on the spot because I'm not freestyling. I'm not going to talk about a past battle that he had because I didn't know that I was going to be battling him. So I'm not going to put anything specific in this verse because if I come across somebody else and use it, it's not going to make any sense, right? So it was like a battle verse, but just still very generic. And then once you started to get into more straightforward battles, like obviously scribble jams, this kind of stuff was more freestyle based. Then when grind time came around and you started to do the head-to-head battles and it was written battles, then it started to be, okay, I'm going to take 2 months, 3 months, and I'm going to write a verse for this specific person. And it just kind of elevated over the years and stuff. And it'd be dope. I don't know if anybody's put out like a rap battle documentary. I would assume that there is one, but if there isn't, there should be one that kind of explains the way that it was all the way to the way that it is now with examples and all that kind of stuff. But you know, the closest thing that the industry had to battle rap, I guess at one point was like the Cassidy versus Freeway thing. But even then it was just verses that they already had prepared. Or Freeway may have, Freeway didn't battle though. So his verses were just bragging about himself, whereas Cassidy had the generic, I'm battling somebody bars, but maybe not somebody specifically. It's just going to seem as if I'm coming at you because that's the way that I wrote it, to come at somebody. But it wasn't anything personally about either of them. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, as time went on, it evolved and stuff like that. But anyways, I'm talking a lot. I just wanted to kind of fill you guys in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you think down below if you had heard this before. If you haven't, I'm very curious. And we'll go from there. But I'll catch you in the next video, homies.